Imagine you're on this treadmill at the local gym. It's just before 6 a.m. Then out of nowhere, a car comes crashing through the glass and plows right at you.
A camera captured a wild scene at a gym just 2 minutes before disaster struck. A car came crashing through the front window, right where someone was running on a treadmill. What did the camera see? Could it really be what everyone's talking about? Join us as we expose the most jaw-dropping moments caught on camera. Moments that trail cameras won't let us forget. The hidden chaos of a gym disaster. Imagine you're at the gym, focused on your workout, when suddenly your ordinary day turns into a scene from a movie. This scary incident happened in Culver City, California. Amid the usual sounds of weights and cardio machines, chaos erupted as a car crashed through the front window of the gym. One person on a treadmill narrowly escaped disaster, dodging what could have been a fatal impact. Amazingly, he walked away with only minor injuries. Truly a stroke of luck. But this wasn't the worst part. Next up, we move from urban chaos to a strange encounter in the wilderness. During a nighttime expedition, a group of Bigfoot hunters, with night vision cameras in hopes of spotting the legendary creature, saw something unexpected. They captured footage of a small glowing figure darting through the trees, too big to be a firefly but too small for the usual forest animals. This group of hunters is now convinced they saw a fairy. Yes, a fairy. While searching for Bigfoot, they stumbled upon what might be a creature from ancient tales. The group has mixed opinions. Some believe in the fairy, while others think it might have been a light-reflecting rodent or just fireflies. And now, brace yourself for a wild ride. We wrap up with some intense dash cam footage from a trucker in Jamaica. This clip shows how a normal drive can quickly turn into an unexpected adventure. What comes next will keep you on the edge of your seat. The early hours of the morning at exactly 4:30 a.m., a truck driver was driving down the highway when something strange happened. Suddenly, a bicycle appeared in his path, with a dark, shadowy figure sitting on it. It was hard to tell if it was even a real person. Surprisingly, the driver stayed calm. Instead of slowing down or showing any fear, he just adjusted his mirrors. Without hesitating, he drove right over the bicycle. Afterward, he shook his head and laughed, continuing on his way without a second thought. Now, let's switch to another strange story. This time, it involves a teacher's online class that got really weird. During his lesson, which he was teaching from home, he kept saying he was alone. But as the class went on, a pale, blurry face kept peeking around a corner in the background. It was subtle, but definitely creepy. The teacher seemed to feel something was wrong because he kept looking over his shoulder, especially when he heard odd noises. Eventually, he closed the door to feel safer. But this wasn't the end of it. His students got very curious, asking if someone else was there with him. Trying to calm everyone down, including himself, the teacher showed his laptop around the room, proving only his dog was there. Still, the students weren't convinced. They insisted they had seen something, or someone, creepy behind him. This left everyone puzzled, wondering if it was just a prank or something more mysterious going on. A captivating video posted on Facebook by Tyrone Jackson, a spooky scene unfolds, grabbing the attention of viewers with its eerie content. The footage shows a shadowy figure, ghost-like and barely visible, moving gracefully across the street. This mysterious presence, which could have easily gone unnoticed in the dark of night, becomes the center of a startling incident. In the same video, a bold thief is seen breaking into a parked car. He quickly grabs something from inside and is about to run away when something strange happens. The thief suddenly notices the ghostly figure and starts to panic. It looks like the shadowy presence is chasing him down a winding alleyway before both disappear into the night. This incident sparks a lot of debate among viewers. Some think the figure might just be a glitch, a simple error in the camera's recording. But this wasn't the most surprising part. The thief is captured clearly with no signs of visual distortion, which makes the theory of a camera glitch less likely and adds to the eeriness of the video. It raises a chilling question. If it's just a person, why is only the thief shown clearly while this mysterious figure remains in shadows? Could this be the spirit of a good Samaritan, still roaming the streets to protect the living? Or is it some kind of guardian spirit that appeared just in time to stop a crime? While we don't know for sure, the possibility makes the story even more spine-tingling. Another interesting clip comes from Vanessa Berlin, who shares her unsettling experience through her doorbell camera. In the video, behind a delicate arrangement of flowers, something strange can be seen. Some viewers think they see a face lurking in the shadows. While it's hard to tell exactly what it is, the image certainly stirs the imagination and might be another eerie visitor caught on film. Amber's close call leads us into another strange event with Zoe's odd behavior. West Virginia's terrible tragedies. The video, you can see something or someone just at the edge of the frame, almost hidden. I'm not here to influence your opinion, but I'm unsure what it is. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. In late May 2021, a series of severe storms hit West Virginia. These storms brought strong winds, up to 70 miles per hour, causing a lot of damage across the region. On May 26th, Amber Rivas was driving along Route 51 in Jefferson County when she found herself in a dangerous situation. The winds were so strong that power lines fell across the road right in front of her. But this wasn't the worst part. Amber's dashcam captured the moment she made a quick decision. She steered her car off the road just in time to avoid the falling power lines. The video shows how close she came to a serious accident. She later shared the video on Facebook, not only to tell her story, but also to thank the people who stopped to help her. These incidents remind us of the dangers of falling power lines, like the risk of electrocution or being trapped by the cables. But there's more to the story. Now let's talk about a curious dog named Zoe. Her owner saw her barking and growling at a wall inside their apartment. Zoe seemed to see something mysterious that was invisible to us. Even a week later, she was still focused on the same spot. The camera caught these moments again. Could Zoe be seeing something spooky? It's possible, but let's think about simpler explanations. Maybe she saw a shadow from the table centerpiece, or perhaps she was hearing noises from the other side of the wall that we couldn't hear. These explanations are certainly less scary than a ghost, but the mystery deepens. The videos of Zoe are a bit creepy, and her owners are clearly worried. It's always good to consider more ordinary reasons behind such behavior. After their sister-in-law passed away, a family started to think that a shadow they saw near her favorite spots might be her spirit staying a little longer before moving on. However, some people didn't believe this, saying there must be a logical reason for the shadow. Despite the doubts, it's hard to ignore how the shadow's movements seem to match the timing of her death. This makes us wonder, is there a hidden world where spirits interact with the living, or was this just a series of coincidences? We might never really know, but it's an interesting event that makes us question our understanding of the world. But this wasn't the only strange thing happening. In a completely different situation, a video from Belarus shows a group on a fishing trip surrounded by a huge swarm of insects covering the water's surface. They even scooped up the insects with their hats, which quickly overflowed. This issue isn't just on the water. Locals say there are swarms at bus stops, schools, and playgrounds too. People are wondering why there are so many insects. Some think it's just the peak of mosquito season, like in the US and Canada, but others believe that explanation doesn't cover it all. If it were common, people wouldn't be filming it. This makes us ask, is this a one-time event or a sign of bigger changes in the environment? A man in Japan noticed something strange at his neighborhood playground. At certain times, he saw a swing moving on its own, gently swaying back and forth without anyone pushing it. Curious and wanting to share this odd event, he set up a camera to record it. To make sure he got a good view, he placed another camera at a different angle. This weird event was later shown on Fourth Wall's YouTube channel and got a lot of attention. But this wasn't the scariest part. The creepiest thing in the video was not just the swing moving by itself, but also a dark, still figure standing by a tree. This figure seemed to be watching the swing, almost like it was somehow connected to its movement. Some people thought it might be watching over the spirit of a child, making the video even more haunting. Strangely, when the man watched the footage from his smartphone, the mysterious figure was missing. The playground looked completely empty. He only realized this when he compared the videos from the two cameras. The figure's absence in one video raised many questions. He admitted that he didn't see the figure while recording, only finding it when he played back the footage. This incident brings up many questions and doubts. The man's choice to use two cameras shows he was uneasy from the start, hinting that he felt something was off about the playground even before seeing the ghostly figure. Elsewhere, a Reddit user posted another creepy video from a security camera. It showed a dark yard where a shadowy, mist-like figure suddenly appeared. This sight, along with the playground incident, adds to the mystery of these unexplained events. Such things challenge what we know about the ordinary, making us wonder what else might exist beyond what we can see and touch in our daily lives. A mysterious video, a strange figure shows up on the right side of the screen. It moves across smoothly, almost like it's gliding through the air. Then, just as quickly, it disappears, leaving viewers both curious and uneasy. Not long after, the camera picks up a weird sound, like a distant scream. No one knows where this eerie noise comes from, sparking debates among those who watch the video. Some think it might be a car far away or just the wind, though the plants nearby aren't moving, which makes a breeze unlikely. While some people think it's a hoax, it definitely stirs up curiosity and discomfort. Amber's video was just the beginning. More strange things are happening. The Phantom in the Forest, California's eerie encounter. Theories about the mist-like figure vary. Some say it might be someone exhaling smoke from a vape, while others think it could be caused by sprinklers, a trick of light, a bug, or even a lens reflection. Despite all these guesses, the incident leaves everyone feeling a bit unsettled. Another eerie incident during a camping trip in California. A family experiences something bizarre and frightening. While enjoying their campsite, they hear a strange hissing noise. Curious and a bit worried, they look around to find the source and come face to face with a terrifying figure that seems almost otherworldly. The figure looks human-like, but has an ominous presence. The family quickly backs away, but not before capturing the eerie figure on video. The children, clearly scared, run away from it. On closer inspection of the video, the figure looks like a spooky woman with a torso resembling a tree trunk, moving slowly in a disturbing way. And that's not all. These encounters blur the line between the ordinary and the extraordinary, leaving those involved and the viewers puzzled and intrigued by what they have witnessed. Justin, a content creator on TikTok, usually shared stories about cars, bikes, and family life. Everything seemed normal until one video changed it all. One day, he posted a tutorial on installing reverse lights on his car. A viewer asked about the brightness of these lights, and Justin decided to show just how bright they were. He chose a dark, quiet forest at night for the demonstration. With only his camera and car for company, Justin went deep into the woods. What was supposed to be a simple video turned into something unexpected. When he turned on the reverse lights, a pale, bony arm appeared around a nearby tree and disappeared quickly. But that wasn't the worst part. The sight shocked Justin's viewers. They couldn't believe what they saw. The ghostly arm became a hot topic in the community, leaving everyone, including Justin, scared. Justin reviewed the footage later and felt he had to go back to the forest in daylight, even though it felt eerie. He tried to explain it away, thinking it might have been a person, maybe a homeless individual, but the video was too unsettling. People started wondering if it was more than just a person. Could it be something supernatural or even extraterrestrial? But this wasn't the only mystery. The discussion about what Justin captured on film grew. People debated if it was real or something else. Despite the weird incident, Justin remained genuine. He was known for his enthusiasm, especially about car modifications, and he didn't seem like he was making it up. He hadn't even noticed the creepy arm until he reviewed the footage later, and it didn't end there. This event made everyone question the reality of what they saw. Now, every dark corner of the forest felt like a hiding spot for the unknown. Was it really a brush with the paranormal, or was there a logical explanation? The debate continues, with viewers eagerly waiting for updates, as Justin's ordinary content took an extraordinary turn into the unknown. A dense, shadowy forest, two mysterious figures were seen moving among the trees. One was a slim shape, barely noticeable, while the other, a darker presence, peeked out from behind the trunks, close to where deer grazed. This strange sight left people both amazed and scared, sparking lots of guesses. People wondered, could these figures be skinwalkers, the legendary shape-shifting beings from Native American stories? Or maybe they were cryptids, creatures that exist between myth and reality, rarely seen but often talked about? Whatever the case, something unusual was happening in that forest. But that wasn't the worst part. Meanwhile, in another part of the world, a man started an adventure into the mysterious waters of Malaysia. This journey wasn't just a normal river walk. As he got ready to enter the water by taking off his shoes, he faced a sudden and unexpected problem. Several leeches had stuck to his feet, turning his simple walk into a struggle against the realities of nature. With nerves of steel, he picked up his camera to film what lay ahead. This event reminded people of another eerie experience shared by a user on TikTok, known as Streets of Heaven or Gold. He uploaded a video that caught the attention of many online. In his video, he talked about an evening filled with strange happenings in his community. As he and his brother enjoyed a quiet night in their backyard in Las Vegas, they suddenly saw a tall, unusual creature coming out of the shadows. This sighting was just one of many bizarre events that night, all captured in a video a little over 7 minutes long. His detailed story gave a personal view of the chilling events, adding to the growing collection of unexplained sightings and encounters reported worldwide. On a quiet evening, two brothers were suddenly startled by a strange noise from above. They looked up and saw a bright light shooting down rapidly, crashing into the ground with a loud roar. But that was just the beginning. The noise faded, but soon they heard soft footsteps around them. Straining their eyes, they saw a very tall figure, around 8 to 10 feet, moving gracefully in the dark. The figure in the playground hints at even more eerie events ahead. Lethal shadows running in the backyard. Feeling both curious and scared, the younger brother ran inside to get their father. But when their father saw the tall figure, he quickly brought his sons back inside. Despite the fear, the brothers managed to record a video, though the figure was mostly hidden in the shadows. But this wasn't the worst part. The video uploader later shared that while the figure was not clear, it was definitely there. The story took another scary turn when the TikTok user went outside again to get tools from the shed. He saw another similar figure, tall and thin with a greenish-gray body. The sight was so frightening that he felt frozen, like in sleep paralysis. He could only stare at the creature's large eyes, big mouth, and oddly shaped feet. After what felt like forever, he managed to move and ran back to the house. The family, now very scared, called 911. The TikTok user told the dispatcher, "There's something huge in my backyard with big eyes and a big mouth. They look nothing like humans, and they're still out there." But this wasn't the most disturbing part. As they waited for help, they heard footsteps on the roof, adding to their fear. When the police arrived, the TikTok user explained the night's events. One officer mentioned that his partner had also seen something fall from the sky earlier, adding more mystery to the situation. The quiet of the evening, police officers wandered through the dimly lit backyard. They found a perfectly round impression dug deep into the earth. As they prepared to leave, one officer, half serious and half joking, told the family not to call the police if the 9-foot-tall beings returned. "If those tall beings come back, don't call us. You'll have to handle it on your own," he said. Another video emerged, showing a huge creature moving so fast that it almost blurred into the background. People were drawn to its size and the bright color of its fur. At first it looked like a bear, but the way it walked was different. Unlike apes or gorillas, this creature moved on its hind legs in a strange way. This led to an interesting idea. Could this be a sighting of the legendary Bigfoot, especially a young one still growing? The brief footage suggested this exciting possibility, making viewers think and discuss. Could this really be a young Bigfoot, or is there a simpler explanation? Next, let's move to a different scene. In a quiet garden in England, a man was filming his children playing. Amidst their laughter, he saw a strange figure near a tree. At first, he thought it was an insect, but a closer look revealed something extraordinary. The figure looked like it had legs and a human-like shape. Was this an unknown insect species, a real fairy, or just a clever computer-generated image? The debate continued, with different opinions on what this mysterious figure could be. Meanwhile, in the calm setting of Asbury in Wiltshire, England, another intriguing scene unfolded. A video showed 4 bright lights in the distant sky. At first, they glowed steadily, but then they started flickering and fading one by one until none were left. Some viewers thought these were just flares, while others felt a supernatural presence. As the camera zoomed in for a closer look, each light disappeared in sequence, leaving everyone wondering about their true origin. Could this be an optical illusion, a natural phenomenon, or something more otherworldly? The mystery deepened as the last light vanished, leaving the night sky empty and viewers searching for answers. Around the same time some interesting footage came out, people saw a strange display in the sky in Asbury, which grabbed a lot of attention. England has a long history of UFO sightings, which keeps researchers, enthusiasts, and the general public interested. These mysterious flying objects make many people wonder about life beyond Earth. Reports from all over the country talk about strange things in the sky. Some people see objects moving in odd ways, while others are amazed by their speed and agility. One famous incident is the 1980 Rendlesham Forest event, often compared to America's Roswell incident. Despite many investigations, many sightings remain unexplained, fueling more discussions about potential visits from extraterrestrials. But this wasn't the worst part. The British government, like many others around the world, is skeptical about alien UFOs. They often say the sightings are just misidentified everyday objects or natural phenomena. Still, the interest persists. For example, in 2020, a bright sphere was seen off Cornwall's shores. It hovered for a moment before shooting upwards and disappearing. The footage shows it slowing down suddenly, then shooting up nearly 3,000 feet in just a second. Anthropologist Michael Master has an interesting theory. He suggests these could be humans from the future, exploring their past with advanced technology. But that wasn't the most puzzling part. In another video, a creature that looks like a bear but has an unusual stripe of hair has caught people's attention. Some initial research suggested it might be a cinnamon bear, but the hair pattern doesn't match any known species. This makes us wonder if it's a common animal with unusual features or something entirely new, sparking many local and online discussions. Strange lights and mysterious footprints blur the line between normal and strange. Goats versus dogs on the boulder. Now, there's a gripping scene of wild dogs and goats on the side of a boulder. The goats, with their special hooves, cling to the rock and narrowly escape the hungry dogs. This encounter, widely shared online, teaches a valuable lesson. Even in the face of danger, staying calm and resilient can turn risky situations into safe ones, reminding us that sometimes the most precarious places can indeed be the safest. Mountain goats show amazing agility as they move easily across steep terrains. Imagine you're hiking through a dense, rain-soaked forest. The damp leaves make your steps quiet. As you push through the undergrowth, you see a figure. At first, it looks like a middle-aged man, but as you look closer, you see it's covered in thick fur. You realize it might be Bigfoot. This is the scene in the trail cam footage you're about to see. Your heart races with a mix of fear and excitement as you watch the creature move through the trees. It looks like an ordinary man but is over 7 feet tall. Could this be Bigfoot, or is it just someone in a costume? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Another interesting piece of footage from a home security system in November 2022, a normal evening takes a strange turn. A young girl is talking to her father, who soon leaves to shower, reminding her to get ready for bed. But once he leaves, something strange happens. Watch closely, and you'll see two chairs in the dining room start to move across the floor by themselves, scaring the girl. She calls out and runs to her father. This footage makes you wonder, is this a clever prank, or did something really mysterious happen? The incident leaves viewers puzzled and questioning what they just saw. But this isn't the strangest part. Our next discovery is from Missouri, where a hiker found some tracks that look both intriguing and creepy because they are large and human-like. These tracks make you wonder what kind of giant creature could have made them. Sightings like these have been part of North American folklore for years, often linked to Bigfoot. The footprints, found deep in Missouri's wilderness, make us think about the possibility of these creatures living unnoticed in remote areas. Could they be more organized than we think, perhaps planning something beyond our understanding? This discovery makes us question, is it proof of Bigfoot, a clever trick, or just a mistake? Share your views on these puzzling tracks. Our exploration then takes us to Cannock Chase, a forest with a spooky secret. Among its trees, dolls hang eerily, looking like a scene from a horror movie. This creepy sight, along with a nearby Ouija board, has scared many. Local stories and social media buzz suggest curses or cult activities, with theories about ritualistic practices everywhere. The lack of clear explanations only adds to the fear, making many people avoid the area. Law enforcement eventually stepped in and removed the creepy items, but questions remain. Did they unknowingly disturb otherworldly forces? What might happen to the officer who removed them? Your thoughts on this chilling story are important as we explore what really happens in the shadows of Cannock Chase. Recently, an unusual discovery was shared online that has captured many people's attention. In the photo, you can see a rectangular-shaped cloud, a rare sight that's not often seen. This strange cloud reminded viewers of the movie Nope, where a brother and sister find strange activities in the skies above their horse ranch in California. Meanwhile, a nearby theme park owner tries to profit from this bizarre event. The film made people think about the possibility of secret government operations that could change cloud shapes to hide UFOs. This led to lively discussions. Some believe the cloud in the photo is proof of secretive government actions, while others think it could be a rare weather phenomenon or just an optical illusion. What do you think? Is there a hidden operation behind this cloud? Or is it just nature showing off her creativity? Another interesting incident, a trail camera captured a photo that raises more questions than answers. At first glance, it looks like someone walking through the woods at night. But a closer look shows something more unsettling. The figure seems to be wearing a uniform, suggesting a hunting motive, but it has no face, giving it a ghostly appearance. This makes us question our first impressions. Could this be a paranormal entity? A shapeshifter in the middle of transforming? Or maybe a lost soul wandering the physical world? But that wasn't the strangest part. A few months ago, a Reddit user named Little Space Moy posted a video that started a lot of discussions. Filmed on September 29, 2022, in China with professional equipment, it shows a mysterious disc-shaped object moving past the moon, looking like the classic alien saucers from movies and comics. The video quickly spread, with hundreds of comments debating its authenticity. Some skeptics thought it looked too polished, like a scene from a sci-fi film. On the other hand, others argued that creating such a convincing fake would be very difficult, and wondered why there were no similar reports from other sources given the global interest in the moon. And it doesn't stop there. Another video from South America, shared on TikTok by Edward Ramirez, adds to the mystery. It starts with a woman walking down the stairs from her apartment. Suddenly, a transparent figure in a white dress appears, pauses as if thinking about something, then vanishes. Moments later, a chair moves across the floor by itself. For those familiar with South American folklore, this scene might bring to mind the tale of the White Lady, often described as a ghostly figure dressed in white, forever wandering. What do you think? Are these genuine encounters or just elaborate hoaxes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe